two cats.
I do.
We have two cats. We have an indoor cat and an outdoor cat.
Got it. Okay. So what are we coaching on today? What is going on in your brain?
Well, just trying to figure out how to talk to my friends so I don't turn them off.
Okay.
Is a biggie.
Right. So what evidence do you have that that is happening, that you are turning them off?
Well, nothing at the moment, but like I shared the other night, when the three of us were all in a car going to see a Christmas concert the other night, I guess I was sort of on fire because I had just seen the business building meeting, and I loved the idea of the sip and see.
Mm-hmm.
So I just broached that topic with them and said, if I hosted something like this, would you come? Would you be interested? And the response was very quiet.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't sure what to do at that point, but then one of my friends spoke up and said, "Oh, yes, I will definitely be there for you because I want to support you in whatever you're doing." And then my other friend said, "Oh, yeah, she would come to support me in whatever I was doing too," but that neither one of them would probably ever get involved and use Plexus.
Okay. So they
yeah.
said out loud, we'll come to support you, but
Mhm.
we probably won't use the product.
Right.
So what that tells me is that you have friends that want to support you because they said that out loud.
Yes,
But
definitely.
that they're not sold yet that this is a need for them.
Mhm.
So does that make Plexus an invalid path for others, for one, and for two, does it mean that you're turning them off?
I think that's the thing. I don't talk about it too much. When I get those kinds of responses, then I just sort of change the subject.
Yeah, I mean, like, you made an offer. You said, I'm thinking
Right.
of doing this. If I did this, would this be something you were interested in?
Mhm.
And they said, well, we always want to support you, but we don't feel a need for that product or service right now. To me, you've done your job. You've made the offer. Right now, they're not sold on this product being something that they need.
Mhm.
But that just means that you've done your job. So they're off the list for now. And
Okay.
is that okay? Can you have a viable business without the three people in that car being your customers?
Yes, I believe I can.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
and because you changed the subject and got like you turning them off would be you then pressing the issue after they've given you that answer.
Right. Yeah. So I didn't want to go down that road.
No, and you didn't. So like when people say, I don't want to be that girl, the simple answer to that is, then don't be. Make an offer. If they're like, it's not for me right now, be like, okay, hey, what happened with your daughter at prom? You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, that's a very simple thing. But the more you become timid about making offers to other people or making offers on your social media feed,
Mhm.
that then feeds into them not seeing you as a confident leader. You want to present, like, I've had people sign up with me that say, I signed up with you because it was just clear that it didn't matter to you whether I did this or not. You were going to be doing this.
Good point. Good point.
And I'm like, yeah, because it really worked for me. So it's not that you're turning them off. It's not that that it's not that you're turning them off. It's just they're not ready yet.
Okay.
You've just gathered data.
Okay, that's a
So
good way to look at it.
and now what you need to do is not let look, I have half of my family is on these products, the other half want nothing to do with it. Not
Mhm.
one thing to do with it. If I
Right.
allowed the half of my family that didn't want anything to do with it to dictate whether or not this was a good idea, I would be losing out on a six-figure income.
Mm. Okay.
So
Okay.
what evidence do you have? What evidence do you have thus far that other people in your audience do want this?
Well, on Monday, I met my daughter and her friend at the Mall of Georgia. And I'd been talking, speaking of family, I've been talking to my daughter about the products because she has some health issues, and I know that this would help her. And so she's a great camera whiz. So we actually met there to do plexus pictures. And I took a sample. I had mixed up some of the salted caramel protein and took a sample and some little Dixie cups and poured it into the couple little cups. And before we even got started with the photo shoot stuff, I gave them each a sample, and my daughter went ballistic. She goes, "Oh my gosh, this is so good." So I signed her up last night. She called last night. That was the person I signed up last night, just out of the blue. But I think
I believe you signed up somebody else already this month too, or was it late last month? It was late last month.
I think it was late last month. Yeah.
I mean, you've signed up 2 other people within the space of a couple of weeks, correct?
Yes, the last week of November and the first week of December.
Okay. Does it matter to you that it's not the 3 friends in the car? Do you care?
No, no, no,
No.
no.
And
I
so,
just think it would be fun to have them. I mean, that's the side of it. It's
of
just like,
course,
it'd be fun to have
sure.
them along.
And it may
But
take them a minute. It may take them a minute of them watching. You have to build trust with your audience. So it may take a
mhm,
minute of you selling them on this using good copywriting, like you're learning to do, your
yes,
social media feed for them to watch and be like, well, dang, she doesn't really care if I do this or not. And that I kind of could use what she just said. I still 6 years into this have people come to me and go, okay, I'm finally ready. But it's taken me being confident no matter what, no matter who says yes at any given moment.
right,
Okay. And so what you
right.
do now is you continue to build your relationship. Like, well, actually, I'm going to ask you, what do you do now? What do you do now with those 3 friends?
Oh, well, what you just said, I'll just continue to build my relationships, and I'll keep posting. And I'm trying to get into a routine of doing purposely doing non-plexus posts, sharing about family and friends and about things that I might come across that interest me, and just share that. I'm not real good about Instagram yet. I finally just joined Instagram within the last couple weeks.
Look,
Um,
you can do a lot just on Facebook. You really
yeah, okay, good,
So yeah,
good.
so you're going to continue to show up on your social media feed and add value. You're going to
Mhm,
continue to sell people on the fact that they need gut health in your posts.
mhm,
And then if you do decide to do a sip and see, I would
mhm.
still invite those people because they may hear something at the sip and see that does sell them. And you can say, yeah, come, I know you're not, I know you probably don't, you're not ready to purchase at this point, but just come and try it. You'll hear a couple stories of other people that are, have had success with this. And if you
Right.
decide it's not for you, then great. You at least have made an informed decision,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
But like a
Right.
lot of times when people come, they hear something that makes them go, oh, well, I didn't know it did that. I didn't know that my struggle with this had to do with that.
Mhm,
And you
mhm.
just never know.
Right. Right. Yeah, so I'm planning to try a sip and see in January. I think it'd be a good time to kick it off.
Okay. Well, we'll talk, let's
and-
talk about that. We'll talk about that. Because I'd
Okay.
love to help you with it.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Good. I would love
All
to
right.
have you help me with it too.
Do you feel better about what happened in the car now?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
And do you
Yes.
feel like you're being a bother by sharing something that's working for you?
No, because I think I'm just sharing the joy of it more than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. You are helping some people. Just because it's not the people that you hope to help yet, doesn't mean that you can't find joy and satisfaction in helping other people and the people that are.
Right. Right.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.